Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome all back to a brand new LEGO DC Supervillains video. And today is a very exciting one because we are going to go on ahead and continue our Infinity War customs, which I know you guys have been super duper stoked about. So thank you guys so very much for the support on those. But today, we're gonna probably put together what I would say is either the most difficult or the second most difficult character to customize. Like a lot of the other ones that I've made at this point in time were ones that I made because I was like, okay, these are going to be somewhat doable. This character, considering I have tried to create the classic version of this character before of live customs, is going to be very difficult to make. So I'm giving you a heads up in advance, and I'm giving you guys a heads up in the sense that we may even have to do an unmasked version of this character in order to try to make him more accurate. But the one that I'm talking about is, of course, the one, the only Spider-Man. So the costume that we're going to go for is the Infinity War costume, which means that we're going to need to do that kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, I guess gold and black and blue and red design, kind of. It's the best way to describe it. Basically, it's the spider armor design, which is going to be really, really difficult to nail. Don't forget, guys, if you want to see some of the other customs for Infinity War, you can check the channel for Black Panther, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Captain America, and a couple others that we've already created. I think the other one is Vision and Scarlet Witch, I believe. So you can check those out if you haven't yet. So with that all in mind, let's get to work on Spider-Man. Now, the thing that's going to be the most difficult about this character is to try to do the claws or the tentacle arms on the back, like the spider legs. So I don't necessarily know. I guess maybe what we could do, just trying to think of how to do this in a clever way. We could use this, for example, and make them, paint them gold to kind of give that feel. So I think that would work decently well, right? So those are kind of the tentacle arms, as though they're folded up, let's say, right? Because outside of that, nothing else is really going to even look somewhat similar, especially if we can't recolor it. Like, I know people are going to say, well, why don't you use the wings? I just think that they're clearly wings, so I don't think that works. And whereas this design has four sides kind of sticking out, so it sort of looks more realistic, as though there's four tentacle arms or spider legs sticking out. So I think what we'll do is, I think that color is a little bit better because it's a tiny bit more diluted, so it sort of looks more like gold, which is great. Okay, so let's adjust and let's start with the things that are going to be easier, things that we know what color we need to. I'm actually kind of curious. Is that more? No, well, actually, I think that's the exact same color that we used for the back piece there. Okay, now, arms or legs first. Those legs are actually not terrible, the ones we have right now equipped. But at the same time, I think we could do better than that. So we want something that is ideally going to be red boots and then blue leggings, kind of, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Wait, I think you can put two colors on this, right? So what does this recolor again? It recolors the inside. So if, let's say I made that blue and then that red. I actually sort of like the way that looks, except for, man, if the boots could be instead of black, red, I would have totally used this, honestly. I think this would have worked. Man, that stinks. Okay, so let's take a look at this then. Let's do, can you change two colors on this, or is it just one? It's just one. Okay, let's first look at everything that has red boots, okay? So we'll look at those and adjust. Oh, okay, never mind. That's awkward. I thought that would work. All right, let's continue scrolling. So anything that has red boots, we will take a look at. That's not going to work, obviously, because that's like some sort of patched up variation of the suit. That's too much green on there. In some situations, I guess I should consider the fact that you could recolor other parts. Like sometimes the boots are the ones that are recolorable, so I do need to remember that as well. I think that's just not going to really work. Nope. Even though I really like the boots there. That could kind of work for maybe Captain Marvel if we design her. If you guys want to see that, let me know by hitting that like button. That would be very, very highly appreciated. Obviously not going to even test the polka dot armor there. I wonder what that recolors. Oh, wow. Okay, it recolors the entire foot. This is a decent option. The problem with it primarily is that it's got the underwear, the red underwear, which would be very inaccurate, so that doesn't really work. Now, this is probably our best look so far. Sorta. I just don't know if I want to go even with, like, even with Ultraman, it's got like a little pattern on it. Whereas if we're going to go with that, we might as well just go with the option up here and just recolor this blue and then this red. And there you go. You know what I mean? Because I think that would be more accurate than what we're accomplishing with that other look. Now, I'm trying to bring a little bit of gold into the design at least, because it's important for this suit to have some gold in there as well. So I think that should work pretty decently. Now, we need to nail the arms. Oh my gosh, the arms are going to be so difficult to nail because you have to consider like the... Oh, he's got so many patterns on the arms. It's crazy. Because he's got all the webbing and everything like that. I don't know how the heck we're going to do that. And the arms also have gold on them too. Of course they do. That kind of maybe works because it has a little bit of gold on there. What about the booster gold arms? It's interesting. I wonder if that red is a little bit too bright. But if I use this red, that's too, like, dark, I think. It's too much like burgundy red, I think. Which is the wrong hue. I think we do need to go with this brighter red. Oh man, this is going to be difficult to get right because this is a very difficult item. These arms just have so much going on because he's got like the webbing, then he's got these like gold gauntlets on the arms themselves, which makes things incredibly challenging. Now, trying to remember, is it blue? Why do I feel like the arms were blue now? Because if they were blue, we could probably figure out a decent way of making them look accurate. Because I don't know why. I think the blue makes it less obvious that the design... Ooh. Oh, why would they do that, man? If they just let us recolor this whole thing, because it kind of looks like webbing, those little black lines there, it could be pulled off as webbing. Man, that stinks. That's not going to work. The clarion arms don't work. Man, oh man. Oh, what about these? Oh, really? That's it? That's what it recolors? That stinks. Oh, yo. Oh, there's a little bit of gold here. That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean it doesn't work. The Sea King arms. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Get English, bruh. Oh, yeah. It really stinks because I think those Johnny Quick arms would have been perfect. Like, genuinely, I think those would have been really great. I don't think it lets us change the color on this, does it? Yeah, it's still glitched, which is weird. Oh, man. I wish this one would work, because I really think this would have looked really nice. I mean, we could keep that red there as well, you know, and try to make it work. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up a picture of the actual arms and take a look. Because you see, the official Lego minifigure had blue arms for the most part. But if you look at the actual design, he's got a lot more red on there. Like, his shoulders do have some red on them. The outside of the bicep has red on there. The forearms has red. So I'm almost thinking we could use these arms. We could make them work, you know? That's what we're going to go with. Honestly, I just think they look the best out of the entire bunch. So that's why we're going to attempt to use those. Okay, here comes the very difficult part. And that is the torso. Because I genuinely don't know how we're going to nail this to look good. We could maybe... Ah, this is going to be insane. Is the red wrong? Why does it seem like it doesn't... Sorry, the red of the torso seems brighter than the red on the arms. Maybe it's just the way the color is hitting it, but it just looks a little bit odd. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because that would be bothersome if it's incorrect. Okay, either way, let's see. Now, I did have the idea of maybe using this, because it sort of kind of looks like a spider logo. Kind of, you know, with all the like little arms sticking out on the sides of the snowflake. Oh, man. How the heck are we gonna get this to look good? Oh, yeah. Maybe this? Like, what? No. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go to presets. Let's take a look at some presets, and maybe we could come up with something that would look good. The zoom torso. It's got to be in red, though, because we do have to have a little bit more red. So this one's got to be mostly red, and then if possible, the logo should be blue on the center of the chest. So that's kind of the ideal look here, would be something along those lines. If we could get a blue logo on the center, or at least a little bit of blue on the torso, and then most of it would be red. That would be great. And of course, we could always recolor things. No. Ooh, what about this? Nope, it's too bright. The blue is too bright and it doesn't really work as the logo. Interesting. I actually sort of like that. It works well with the hip piece. You see, it completes that. It's got a little bit of gold in there, which is really nice. And you could really genuinely pull off the weird logo on his chest to kind of look as some sort of weird amalgamated spider. I think that's too busy. So far, I think that was my favorite look, the one that we just saw before. If we could recolor the thunderbolts on this one and the belt blue, we could have probably used that one there. I know. Wait a second. I just want to see what it looks like. It's interesting. If we could have put a blue in the center there, I would have probably used this. Just because I think it would actually look pretty decent. What about that? No. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised by how good the Hawkman torso looks. Like that one sort of works as well, which is weird. I would have never thunk it. What about this? Yeah, that doesn't look... That's too red. There's nothing really to break up the colors. That one's interesting because it's got a bit of that gold going on. So I think that one looks kind of cool. Nope. And we're approaching the very top, which is not a good thing because that means there's probably not a lot of options left. What about Booster Gold and Red? Interesting. You see, again, we need a little bit of blue or something to break up all the gold. That one looks kind of cool, but I think that the, what was it, Mazas or whatever it was, looks better. Just looks more accurate. No. Oh, what about this? Nope. What about this? Also nope. Does this one have two colors? Oh no, it's just one. If it did, that would have been cool. Because if we could have painted all the white parts blue, could have probably looked quite good. Okay, so... That one looks kind of interesting as well, doesn't it? The Blue Beetle torso? Man, I sort of like this one too. Man, I wish I was doing this live right now because you guys could have helped me decide. Because I really like the way that that one looks, but I'm not going to lie. I genuinely think that the two best ones are actually this one. The Hawkman torso. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks cool. And again, we'll obviously change the face and that will really bring the look a lot more together. And then the other one that I really like is this one. Because I just think it has a lot of cool elements with the gold and the blue. And I know that it's a light blue, but still, it's definitely a blue. So in that sense, it works. So I think I'm going to go with this. Let's try it at least. Let's see how it looks once we have the face figured out. Okay, so here comes the headpiece, which is going to be just as difficult as everything else has been. So I knew that this was going to be a really, really difficult one to design. Going into it, I already knew that. So what we can do is we could definitely go on ahead and let's say go with like a brown hair unmasked version, something like that, right? Which works quite well. It's a decent look. It's somewhat accurate, and I think it would work. But we have to at least attempt to actually design a masked version of Spider-Man, which is going to be insanely tough. I just know it. Just because there's going to be nothing here that offers itself to look accurate. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's pretty decent, honestly. That might be the best we will do, but let's first scroll through all of them to be certain. I think that sort of works, honestly. Because it's got some of the lines on the face and everything like that, so it kind of gives us that webbing look. What about that in red? Whoops, that's not red. Yeah, that's definitely not going to work. If it didn't have the red eye there and just had another of those regular eyes, maybe it would have worked. There's some blue. No. I know what people are going to say. What about the regular heads, like the pre-made ones? The only ones you could maybe use is something like this, but I genuinely don't think that that looks far better than the Red Hood preset. It was Red Hood, wasn't it? I think it was Red Hood. Yeah. Just because this one has more detail to it, so I sort of like it a little bit better because of that. So I think that's that. I genuinely do. I think that we're not going to do much better than this on the design. So let's give him normal speed. I'm going to make him standard health. Health icon red. Ooh, or actually we could go maybe with gold if they have gold. Or like yellow. So it's kind of more spider armor, you know? I gotta change the voice. I think that one's fine. That one should work. It's difficult to cycle through them without, like, taking ages, but hey, I think we did it. Okay, so we could go with martial artist probably for his pose. He looks a little bit more athletic. Or maybe just cool, because he's Spider-Man, trying to be cool. So I think that'll fit. Okay, no need for shrinking or growing abilities. It's not very spider-esque. Now, I want to try to create something that will look like webbing, and I think that's probably the most accurate. Color is already set, so that's right. We don't want to have any laser beam attacks. That doesn't really fit Spider-Man. I'm trying to think what would fit out of all these. Probably a lunge attack, honestly. No, that's too slow for Spidey. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool because it's almost like the crouching pose for Spider-Man. You know, that iconic pose where he's like crouching down? I think that works. Now, this is going to be a bummer because they don't have... Oh, yeah, that's true. They don't have web slinging. So what the heck do we do? Glide or double jump? Or maybe jump dash? No. I guess double jump. I'm gonna try to make it like a unique jump. So I think that's more fitting. Ooh, and maybe we could give him the chart. Okay, he has hyper jump. Perfect. Now, oh, whoops. We don't have anything equipped there. He has destroy mode on here. Okay. What does that look like? Nope. Also nope. An elbow drop to attribute to the wrestler version of Spider-Man? Why not? I think that could be cool. Alright, time to run through the skills. So skills-wise, definitely going to give him... Oh, whoops. I guess we have to remove some other stuff first. So let's do that. Let's just react or deactivate, sorry. A bunch of his abilities. All right, we'll give him stealth because that's fitting. I guess we could give him tracking. What color is it set to? Let's change that to red. Or actually, no, his Spidey sense is always, what is it, like light blue, kind of? Like when he goes like Spidey sense. So I think that'll work. Then you have graffiti, which I don't think really fits the character. No X-ray, no goon command, no beam deflect, no chloronesis. Is that how you say that? Super strength. Yes and no. So I guess we'll give it to him, but we're not going to give him smash walls. Wall climbing, of course. No telekinesis. No mind control. Definitely acrobatic abilities. Definitely technology abilities. And definitely grapple abilities. We're going to try to make that look like his webs. About as close as we possibly can get. So that is done. No weapons. That's inaccurate. Hero and Spider-Man. That's it. Or Spider-Man. There we go. Ladies and gents, we have done it. Again, I knew that this one was going to be tough. I just knew that this is going to be him. And one of the next characters that you guys want to see, which is Iron Man, are going to be the toughest ones to design because they require such unique pieces and such unique items to make them accurate that it becomes excruciatingly difficult to do so. But we're still going to attempt both of them, or I guess we've attempted one of those two already with Spider-Man here, who turned out actually pretty decent. I'm quite happy with the way that he looks. I think we ended up with a pretty good look for the character. I think that all things considered, look at that. He's got his elbow charge, which I was hoping more would be like an elbow drop, but unfortunately it was not. So then you have the webbing. Unfortunately, it sounds like an energy blast instead of like the typical Spider-Man, like thwip thwip sounds that the webbings make. So that's a bit unfortunate, but overall, still pretty happy with the way that this guy turned out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'm definitely really genuinely curious to hear from you guys whether or not you think the design turned out well or not. So let me know what you guys think of the Infinity War Spider-Man. Also, let me know whom you would like to see next. Maybe it's Iron Man. Maybe another popular choice has actually been Winter Soldier. So maybe we'll design him. So let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, like always, have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.